On Global TV News Express, Malami dismisses Obasanjo's corruption claims over presidential pardons. Business custom intercepts 1,149 jerry cans of smuggled petrol at Taraba, Cameroon border. On the foreign scene, U.S. Vice President proposes deporting foreign students. And in sports, Pinnick expresses fulfillment despite losing FIFA cancelled seat. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now, the news info. The House of Representatives has approved a new value-added tax sharing formula allocating 55% to state and 35% to local government councils. This decision followed the adoption of a report by the House Committee on Finance on 4 tax bills transmitted to the National Assembly by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in October 2024. The report was considered clause by clause and adopted in a session presided over by the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas. Section 77 of the report introduces a new VAT distribution structure. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai says he sought the permission of former President Muhammadu Buhari before leaving the All Progressive Congress APC and joining the Social Democratic Party SDP. On the widespread assertion that he left the party because he was not considered for a ministerial appointment, the former minister of the Federal Capital Territory stated that the insinuation was only a popular view. The Ijaw National Congress (INC) has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to call Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike to order over his comment on the Ijaw. The Congress was reacting to alleged comments credited to Wike in which he said the Ijaw people were a minority of minorities in Rivers and other South-South states except Bayelsa. In a statement in Abuja, the National Publicity Secretary of the INC, Chief Ezonibi, said that the Congress had taken note of the FCT minister's remarks. The immediate past Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San has stated that decisions regarding presidential pardons are legal matters handled by a designated committee, with the Attorney General's role limited to presenting the committee's report. Malami made this clarification in an exclusive interview while responding to allegations in former President Olusegun Obasanjo's newly released book, Nigeria, Past and Future. The book, one of 2 newly released to mark Obasanjo's 88th birthday, alleged that corruption was at its worst under the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, with Malami playing a key role in enabling corrupt practices. As Katsina State Muslims prepare to be airlifted to the Kingdom of Saudi from the 2025 Hajj, out of 3,680 seats allocated to the state by the National Hajj Commission, approximately 1,850 pilgrims have so far paid their fares. This was disclosed by the Executive Director of Katsina State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Alhaji Unisa Dankama, in a meeting with his directors, the board chairman and other members of the board in Katsina. While briefing the board members on the board's preparation and the progress so far, Dankama provided detailed information on pilgrim registration and collection of Hajj fares for 2025. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Interior and Chairperson of the Investigative Panel on the allegations of corruption and other abuses in Nigerian Correctional Service, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, has given marching orders to all implicated to return to base and ensure the custodial facility is free the sale and use of all contraband items. She gave the order during the ongoing second public hearing of the panel in Abuja. The chairperson said that the panel was clearly established that there is a lot of underhand and corrupt dealings, including abuse of office, witch hunting, and other sharp practices going on at the Okaka prison in Yenengwa. That is contrary to ENSCO's Act 2019 and other guidelines and standing order of the agency, as well as the rules of federal government. You are watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, Europe records highest measles cases in 25 years. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Express on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In business now, as a coastal mega city with over 27 million residents, Lagos is increasingly vulnerable to rising sea levels, coastal erosion, and extreme weather events, which could result in losses of up to $29 billion if urgent action is not taken. A new report by the Lagos State Ministry of Planning and Budget titled The Lagos Economy Development Update 2025 has warned that climate change poses a severe threat to the state's economy, infrastructure, and food security. The report highlights how flooding and poor urban planning are exacerbating these challenges, disrupting key sectors such as transportation, agriculture, and public health. As decisions continue over federal government's proposed resumption of crude oil production in Ogoniland, grassroots women in the farming sector have raised concerns about being allegedly sidelined. They noted that despite the trauma and physical harm they endured during the Ogoni struggle, their voices remain suppressed in the ongoing dialogue. Kike Lomo Okere completes the report.
The team from Kabekache Resource Center and Foundation visited several Ogoni communities in Kana and Gokada local government area of Rivers State, where women who were part of Ogoni struggles in the early 90s recounted their traumatic experiences. These women, whose only means of livelihood is farming, has been severely impacted by decades of oil-related activities, insisting that the federal government must show empathy and pay repatriation for the physical and psychological pain that have endured before the plans to resume oil production on their land are considered. The women who made this assertion during the recent interaction with the Kabekache Women Development and Resource Center, a non-governmental organization with commitment to empowering women and amplifying the voices of the poor and vulnerables across communities in the oil-rich yet impoverished Niger Delta region.
My mother was terrorized and my sisters. Since then, our women, we are suffering. Most of the women that are in the local village, they are suffering, having nothing to eat. They will be weeding grass. They will look for 500 naira a day. Look at the whole Ogoni great nation.
Where you are extracting oil from, you did not develop that place. What do we do to federal government? What do we do? What did the Ogoni people do to them? Only to come and kill us. Only to come and kill us. As you look at this place look like a place where they are taking oil from. People are benefiting from our oil, but we are here. No work for our children.
The session provided a safe space for them to share their stories and begin healing from traumas caused by environmental and climate injustice, as well as various forms of violence against women.
They said they will come and take our oil. We want them to settle the women, to settle the less privileged. We are suffering.
Anything come now. If we did not pay, then no go take. Now so I talk, and I show it go take.
The days we ate and the days we didn't eat were the same. The days when the town is tensed, mommy can't go out to get food, so you have to sleep on an empty stomach.
Have been destroyed because of oil. Oil has brought us more harm than good.
Meanwhile, as part of the activities marking 2025 International Women's Day, Kabekache Foundation also organized a traumatic healing session in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, for these women and other farm oil-impacted communities like Otuagbagi in Bayelsa State, where oil was first discovered in commercial quantity in Nigeria. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
In compliance with the amended Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Electricity Act 2023, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has issued an order to transfer regulatory oversight of electricity market in Plateau State to the Plateau State Electricity Regulatory Commission. Recall that with the EA 2023, the Commission retains the role as a central regulator with regulatory oversight of interstate, international generation, transmission supply, trading and system operations. In a system issued via its X-handle, NERC said the government of Plateau State has complied with the conditions precedents in the laws and has duly notified NERC and requested for the transfer of regulatory oversight of the interstate electricity market in Plateau State. Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted 1,149 jerrycans of premium motor spirit allegedly smuggled through the Dorofi and Kan Iyaka exits along the Gambia-Cameroon border in Taraba State. The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeni, disclosed this in Jalingo, the state capital, while auctioning the seized petroleum products to the public. Adeni said that Operation Whirlwind, which burst the smuggling network, was carried out between March 8th and 9th, 2025, was based on intelligence gathered in collaboration with some key agencies. Chinese procuratorial organs have persecuted 21,404 individuals in 2024 for the production and sale of counterfeit and substandard goods, according to the Supreme People's Procuratorate. In addition, procuratorial organs nationwide approved the arrest of over 7,700 people in connection with these crimes. The SPP also released 6 typical cases involving the production and sale of counterfeit and substandard goods that directly affect people's livelihoods. These cases include fake fire extinguishers, diesel cosmetics, fertilizers, and pharmaceuticals. Over now to the foreign scene, prestigious U.S. University Johns Hopkins says it will lay off more than 2,000 employees around the world in the aftermath of Trump administration's massive reduction in foreign aid funds. The Ivy League institution noted that this is a difficult day for the entire community, insisting that termination of more than $800 million United States Agency for International Development funding is now forcing the higher institution of learning to wind down critical work. The court in The Hague says ex-Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte is set to appear before the International Criminal Court (ICC) in the Netherlands on Friday. The 79-year-old is accused of crimes against humanity amid the war on drugs during his time in power, including the murder of at least 43 people between 2011 and 2019. The court said in a statement that Duterte would make his initial appearance at 2 p.m. Measles cases in Europe have doubled in just a year, with the highest number reported since 1997, according to UN agencies. The World Health Organization and UN Children's Fund announced this in a statement. According to analysis by the UN agencies, a total of 127,350 cases were reported in the region in 2024, double the number of cases reported by 2023 and the highest number since 1997. The United States Vice President J.D. Vance has stated that foreign students on student visas may face deportation if their stay is deemed not to be in the best interest of the country. In an interview, Vance emphasized this move is part of a broader strategy under the Trump administration to increase deportation efforts. He noted that while some may view this as a matter of free speech, it is primarily about national security and determining who is allowed to join the American community. Over now to sports. Former president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, is releasing his ascendancy in football administration for Delta State, Nigeria, to global scene despite losing his seat on the FIFA Council. Pinnick fell short by just one vote during the 14th Extraordinary General Assembly of the Confederation of African Football. The ex-NFF boss, who was seeking re-election to the 37-member FIFA Council, garnered 28 votes, narrowly missing the threshold achieved by Suleiman Waberi of Djibouti, who secured the 5th and final spot with 29 votes. England manager Thomas Tuchel has announced his first squad for the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Albania and Lithuania, with key stars such as Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and Phil Foden heading the selection. In goal, Jordan Pickford retains his place alongside Aaron Ramsdale, Dean Henderson, and James Tufford. The defensive line includes experienced names such as Kyle Walker, Mark Guehi, and Reece James, alongside emerging talents like Miles Lewis-Shelley and Gerald Gurnis. As we end the Global TV News Express, let's take a quick look at our top stories again. Brought to you that the immediate past Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami San, has stated that decisions regarding presidential pardons are legal matters handled by designation committee, with the Attorney General's role limited to presenting the committee's report. In business, we brought you the Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted 1,149 jerry cans of premium motor spirit allegedly smuggled to the Dorofi and Kayaka axis along the Gambo-Cameroon border in Taraba State. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you that United States Vice President J.D. Vance has stated that foreign students on student visas may face deportation if their stay is deemed not to be in the best interest of the country. And finally, in sports, former president of Nigerian Football Federation, Amaji Pinnick, is releasing his ascendancy in football administration from Delta State, Nigeria, to the global scene despite losing his seat on the FIFA Council. Now that's it on Global TV News Express. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.